Hello and welcome to 8-Minute Pilates. My name is Andrew Bernard and we've designed 3 different levels of Pilates: basic, intermediate, and advanced. There are 16 exercises at each level performed at 30 seconds each to lengthen muscle and tone your entire body. If you're new to Pilates, start with the basic level for 4 to 8 weeks before progressing to the intermediate level. If you have some experience with Pilates, start with the intermediate level before progressing to the advanced level. If you're skilled in Pilates, start with the advanced level and continue to deepen your practice with Pilates. Remember to keep your navel to your spine, maintain proper form, and take controlled breaths throughout each movement. Let's get started. We're going to start in the back with the 100. Legs are going to be straight above the hips, nice and straight, curling up with the abdominals, navel to the spine, inhaling for 5, and exhaling for 5. Again, making sure those legs do not move, but the hands do stay constant throughout the motion. And making sure that your eyes are gazing right into the knees. Taking that breath in again for 5, and again out for 5. Again, you're gonna feel a tightness and a burning in the abdominals, but that's okay. Now next, grab behind the knees to get to a seated position. You're gonna have to really hold that balance. Grab now below the knee, tucking the chin, rolling to the shoulder blades, and then balancing up again. Again, this is a great balance challenge, so if you touch and tap, that's fine. Come back down, and again, bring that up, and tuck that chin one more time down for me. And again, balance that up, and last tuck here. And now stretch and lengthen those legs, going on to the roll-up, feeling those hamstrings and low back stretch, and slowly tucking that chin, gliding through the mat, bringing those arms right above the shoulders. Again, bringing the abs in, one vertebra at a time, comes up, and chin goes down, again, stretching out there, and again, pulling that chin down, really tucking the abdominals in, and rolling to the floor, bringing those arms up, and again, exhale, lift those abs in, stretch those hamstrings out, and hold. Last one, keep it tight, bring it down, roll that mat, legs above for the teaser. Gonna roll up, similar to the rolling like a ball, but without holding on. Nice balance exercise again. Bring it down and hold it there. Great balance there, Angie. Keep those toes pointed. Again, roll back down to the shoulder blades and come back up to that balance point. Holding that nice and steady. Give me one more, Edna. Bring it down, holding it there. And nice big stretch, excellent. Let's now lie on the right hand side, keeping that arm behind here. And if you can, take it up on the hip. We're gonna bring that right inner thigh to touch the left. And you can see this is a great balance challenge. So if you lose that control, keep that hand right in front of you. But if we can, let's challenge ourselves and really keep it tight up there on the leg. Let's hold that there for a few more lifts. Again, keep lifting that leg, touching that heel if we can. And 2, and 1 more, great job. Now we're gonna do that side lift and up down. So keep that leg lifted as you bring up that oblique. So we're gonna feel both muscles in the abdominal and in the hip working here as you're lifting up and down. And again, once you feel these exercises and a little bit of burning throughout, that's really the goal of the exercises. So keep pushing with me. Give me about 4, 3 more, 2, and excellent, and hold that. Now we're gonna do the passe, which is a point, stretch, and pull exercise. For the intermediate level, we're gonna definitely keep that hand up to control the abdominal and use a little more core control there. So we can also increase that speed a bit. So we're gonna point, and pull. And again, point, and pull that leg, almost as if a scissor is snapping down. So you're feeling that stretch and that tone in the inner thighs and hamstrings. We're gonna keep stretching that leg up, trying to really feel that toning and lengthening. And we have 3 more. You can do it 2 more. And now rolling onto the stomach, going onto a low back and butt exercise. It's called the swimming. You can see here how it's very much like a swimming motion. It's very relaxing, but very effective in improving low back strength and strength in the back of your shoulders. We're gonna hold that down as we breathe in and out and relax those hips, but lift up really high with the glutes. Again, holding those legs and arms. Give me 3 more, 2 more, and now moving on to the left side. Transition yourself onto the left hip. Again, moving on to that inner thigh lift. Hand behind the head, Hand on the hip if possible. Again, you can use this for balance and bring that left inner thigh up. Again, really challenge yourself though and try to keep yourself really steady so that left leg comes up and touches. Putting it down again is fine, but you'll have much more of a better abdominal workout by keeping the arm on the hip. So give me 3 more, 2 more, and exit. Now we're going to do that leg slightly in front. Get that up down with that side crunch on the right oblique. So here we're using the right hip and the right oblique as we're crunching up. Again, the goal is not to move your head. You want to keep that head pretty relaxed and feel as if it's just the oblique and the hip moving there. You can see it's very tempting to move that head, but try to really keep it steady and just work those 2 hip muscles and the oblique muscles. Give me 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more. Now back to that passe. Again, give me that point, point, and stretch. So here again, you're working on the flexibility and you're working on the tightening and toning of that inner thigh. A real big problem area that we all want to work on. So let's really work hard. Let's go a little bit more with that tempo. So we're going to try to kind of transition that pointing and that stretching a little more. Again, if that flexibility seems a little bit inhibited, you don't have to bring that leg as high as I am. And let's work hard for 3 more, 2 more, and last leg series is over. On to the back. Moving on to our single leg stretch, pulling that knee as close into the chest as possible, grabbing that hand right under the knee, not on the knee. Under that knee, really stretching those legs out. And let's move a little faster, girls. Let's move that out and in, really keeping that back nice and steady. Feeling those lower abs particularly really have to work and tone here because of that leg extension. Really working on that hand placement, looking and watching those feet and moving on to a double leg stretch. Both legs really straight, have nice good stretch on that hamstring. And again, let's work on that tempo a little bit more, ladies. Let's try to really kind of scissor those legs up. So we're nice and scissored, holding them nice and tight. Again, we're not pulling up with our neck here. We're using our abdominals to pull up. We're just having that head lengthening and looking through the toes so we prevent any neck strain. Again, the goal here is to really work the powerhouse, work the core, keeping that navel nice and tight. Now moving on to the crisscross, moving over to the left and right side, and really reaching up and crunching as much as we possibly can. And again, let's increase that tempo a little bit, ladies, now that we're really into the exercise. Trying to work on the lengthening of the leg and really crunching up nicely with the abdominals. But at the same time, really focusing on the actual lengthening portion too. Because again, Pilates is a great stretch and toning exercise. We have 3 more. You're gonna really feel that burn. This is a hard sequence. And excellent. Now we're gonna go into the stomach, working on the low back and glutes, keeping those hands down, keeping those legs straight, and really tapping them in here. So we had the abdominal, hip series, and now moving on to that glute and low back series. At all times, I want those legs to tap a little faster, ladies. At all times, you really want to have those heels touch together. If you feel there's a little discomfort there, it's fine to keep them open, but let's keep them really tapping for 3, 2, 1. Now you have 1 more try to. Let's take a little bend this time. Still really squeezing the low back and glutes, but this time you have a 90-degree angle at the legs. So if you had a little difficulty keeping them together, you get another chance on really working that glute and low back. Keeping them really tightening. How are those glutes feeling, ladies? Keep them working, hold them for a few more counts. Still working on lifting up, tapping maybe a little faster the last few seconds here. Finishing off for 3, 2, 1. Oh, excellent. Come on up. Thank you very much, Angie and Edna. I hope you all enjoyed 8-Minute Pilates. Looking forward to seeing you for the next exercise.